Hey guys, how's it going? Obi here with Lion Strong Fitness Global, and thank you for tuning in for another video, guys. We have an important topic to talk about today, and I think that you guys will find it to be very valuable. So let's get into it, guys. But before we get into it, be sure to like the video, guys. I would really appreciate like the video, subscribe, share it, so that way people can get the information as you are getting this right now. So here we go. So in this video, we're going to talk about why muscle is the engine to burning fat. Oftentimes people don't really understand how to burn fat in terms of focusing on what's most important. They think that doing a bunch of training burns fat. Working out a lot burns fat. Now, there's truth to that, but specifically so when you train in the proper capacity, right? In other words, the proper capacity is anything that allows you to accomplish three things. And I always talk about this all the time. Watch my videos. By the way, guys, I do make a lot of TikTok videos where I make 5-minute videos just talking about topics, but in a more condensed version. So if you guys go to Lion Strong Fitness Global on my Instagram and my TikTok, you'll enjoy that as well. But you have to be accomplishing three things. The first thing is you have to make sure that what you're doing is something that builds strength. You're getting stronger. So what I mean by that is it needs to be some type of exercise in which you can scale and you can progressively load over time. It means that you can always increase the intensity. And you can always increase the difficulty, which is in this particular case, increasing the weight or the force required of yourself to whatever you're doing. So I'm gonna give you an example. One of my favorite examples is sprints. Sprinting is an exercise that recruits fast twitch muscle fibers because you have to go from zero intensity to max intensity. And when you're doing sprints, you have to recruit every muscle in your body. So it's not only building strength because you're having to be explosive and continue that same effect every time you do it. It's stimulating muscle because, as I described, when you're going in this motion explosively, you're working everything from head to toe, from your shoulders down to your calves. And especially you're adding to that resistance if you decide to run up a hill or an incline, which requires you to give more effort, makes it more difficult. And because you're doing that, and let's just say you decide to start from like 20 yards to 30 yards, 40 yards, and you do sprints up to 100 yards, notice how when I say progressively overloading, meaning that you're able to increase it or to scale the sprint or the exercise by increasing the distance, okay? You can scale by lifting more weight, but in this particular case, you're increasing the distance. What happens now is that you are stimulating the body more because now you're able to tap into that cardiovascular, right? So when people do sprints, their heart rate is usually through the roof, and that's why it works so well. And then and now for more of a weight training example, if you pick any type of exercise, a compound movement. And again, a compound movement is any exercise that works two or more muscle groups at the same time. So let's use the example of doing pull-ups or doing bent over rows or doing squats. Again, you can scale these exercises by increasing more weight, by increasing the time. These are strength building movements because anytime that you are doing movements that recruit multiple muscle groups, it's naturally making you stronger. Now you build muscle from that by increasing the time under tension, increasing the distance. So as you guys can see a pattern here, you want to be able to pick things that are scalable, okay? Now, by picking those things that are scalable and the effects that it does to your body, by the things that I described, you start to stimulate the metabolism now. And people don't understand that there's a thing called metabolic conditioning. When you do exercises and routines and programs that consist of these things on a regular basis, which, by the way, guys, my Lion Strong Fusion training programs consist of all these, but I only use dumbbells because of the I'm able to recruit more muscle while maintaining safety and not getting injured. So When you do stuff like this, you're able to better condition the metabolism, and the metabolism is responsible for burning fat, because these things do what? They build muscle. Okay, so simply short, in order to burn fat, you have to be stimulating the growth of muscle and building muscle. That's why I always tell people that if whatever you're doing doesn't help you build muscle, if it doesn't get your heart rate up significantly, to me, you're wasting your time. And people don't like when I say that, because they like to tell me that, well, if you do a lot of zone 2 cardio, walking for miles and miles and miles, going on these long runs, oh, they work. Sure, guys, they work in terms of getting your heart rate up. But I would say that they are very subpar when it comes to building muscle, and that's a fact. Okay. Also, is it making you stronger? Is it increasing your joint integrity? Okay. Is it causing tendonitis? Is it causing lower back pain? Is it causing ankle pain? Right? Is it a degrading exercise? And I would argue a lot of these steady state long distance movements are. That's why I don't promote them. The things that I promote allow you to build muscle, burn fat, stimulate the metabolism. It gives you that afterburn effect. But most importantly, it increases that intensity by minimizing and lowering the impact on your joints. Okay, that's the key. If it hurts your joints, if it puts your body at risk, it's not worth it, because it's only a matter of time before you have to stop doing it, or you basically have to take time off of training. And if you take time off of training, you're gonna start going backwards. Okay, so the way I see it is, why not put yourself in the best position, in the most ideal state to get what you want? Why go above and beyond to hurt yourself and put yourself in a position to where you can't train or you can't maximize your abilities because of limitations incurred by activities that I don't promote? Okay, so guys, when you the things that you do that focus on building muscle, burning fat, and you burn fat by building muscle, is going to be your best bet. Now, when it comes to my Lion Strong training programs, I have that. So the way my programs are set up is they're all under 30 minutes. Okay, so I don't believe in, whether it's people that I train in my elite performance coaching worldwide, people I train in person here in Utah, because I live in Utah. I don't set anything up to where the workouts and the training sessions last more than 30 minutes. Okay, and the reason why is because I'm a big believer of intensity, time under tension, progressive overload, and minimizing the integrity of your joints and not getting injured. And this is why on my programs, I always use dumbbells. I like using dumbbells because you can work your body from head to toe, and you're less likely to get injured using dumbbells versus using a machine and using a barbell. Why is that? Is because when you use dumbbells, it keeps you from cheating. Okay, so for example, if I'm doing a shoulder press, right? Let's just say if my right arm is stronger, right, and my left arm is weaker, I will get exposed. Okay, my body is going to expose my weaknesses. Okay, because when you have a hard time doing both things, or the strength isn't matched, is because you have a weaker stabilizer in one side of your body. That's why I do it. Also too, and I always say this, studies do prove and show that using dumbbells recruits more muscle fibers. It actually helps you build more muscle because of the fact that you have to engage stabilizers. So, we talk about not doing things that's going to put you in a bad position to start. This is why I don't use barbells. This is why I don't really use machines, because sure, they'll get you stronger, they work, but that's the least of my concerns. My concern is to make sure that we can keep doing stuff and not run into that point where you're having a shoulder issue. I can't tell you how many people, and I've been there, where you're using a barbell, you're using any type of contraption where you're basically stuck in one spot. People don't realize when you do a lat pull down, right, like this, you're stuck in this position. So when you're pulling down, right, number one, doing a lat pull down like this is not good for you, because your shoulders are externally rotated. So when you're pulling down like this, you're putting your body in a really bad position, and you can cause a lot of rotator cuff issues, shoulder issues. People don't know this stuff. So I just prefer to do things that put your body in the best position. And I like it because when it comes to the structure of the training, it's scalable. I can always have you I can always increase the intensity of the workout while using things that don't put your body at risk. Because guess what? As long as I'm stimulating muscle, I'm picking those high ROI exercises, the strength building exercises that condition the body to build muscle. And then by being able to build muscle, I'm able to stimulate the metabolism. That's a win-win. I'm still able to get the heart rate up. I'm still able to build the muscle, which allows me to stimulate the metabolism. And you know, that's how you get that. So, you know, of course there's many ways to skin a cat, but I just found that over the years of training that I've done, that is the superior option, and I haven't been wrong since. And yeah, so guys, I hope that makes sense. Just understand that muscle is the key to burning fat. Muscle is literally the engine that burns the fuel. And you know, there's only one way, in my opinion, to do it without having all the ailments associated. And I think when you do it that way, you're better off. So anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any other questions, you know, please be sure to email me, leave them in the comment section. And guys, check out my Lion Strong Fusion training programs, my elite performance coaching. It's on my website, lionstrongfitness.net. And yeah, if you guys want to get yourself in amazing shape with somebody who's reputable, that has a lot of years in the game, a lot of skin in the game, that's what you want to do. You know, stay away from these people that are just influencers that just, you know, just because, you know, they got 1 million followers, it doesn't mean that they understand how to help people and personalize their experience and provide them systems and solutions that are best for them in their lifestyles. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching my video, guys. OBOO here with Lion Strong Fitness Global, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you guys next time.